Hello and welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka with me, Vasam. And just before the break, we had a look at the Grammy Awards and a little bit about which celebrities won for the different categories. And right now, here's something we're just going to talk about, something which is not usually discussed, which is not actually as famous as the Grammys itself. But there is a pre-party, a pre-annual gala that happens just before the Grammys annually, and it's hosted by Clive Davis. Now, if you don't know who Clive Davis is, he is considered one of the kings in the music industry when it comes to producing record labels. And right now he is old, he's 80 years of age. And if I'm to tell you a little bit about Clive, he's an American record producer and a music industry executive. And he has won 5 Grammy Awards and is a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a non-performer. Yes, and if I'm to tell you some of the big names that Clive has signed up with, it would be, I'm sure these names would be very familiar to a lot of you: Santana, Bruce Springsteen, Aerosmith, Chicago, Billy Joel, Pink Floyd, and he's also considered the person who discovered the late Whitney Houston. And of course, with this pre-gala, there was also a small tribute to Whitney Houston, and he did make a speech which was rather emotional. And there was a lot of celebrities there who were captured, who really got into a really emotional moment when Clive Davis gave that speech. Anyway, we've got a little bit about the pre-Grammy Gala, which happened on the 9th of Feb, so check this out.
It's a night for music, you know, and I think the fact that these people have made a mark, you know, an impact last year, it says a lot about their music and their integrity as musicians, and they all deserve to win. Everyone deserves to win to some degree, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I'm excited about just seeing I'm more excited about the performances than anything, you know?
I think Miguel, not only is he talented and just an amazing performer, but a really good guy. So I want to see him get what's due to him. And I think it's a good time. He's been putting out consistent. The last 2 albums have been really amazing. And if you're going to give it to somebody new, I'll take him. I'll put my money on him.
I'm rooting for Miguel. I think he's incredible. I want him to win. I think he's an amazing performer. And I'm excited about the new generation of artists. Frank Ocean as well. I think he's an incredible artist and writer and what have you. So I'm excited about those two, in addition to fun.
And Neil, looking up on your left. Thank you.
What he's been able to do, he's taken, I think, the music industry by storm, and so I think he has when you're nominated 6 times, I think he's gonna win a few.
I have no idea. The first time I heard it on the radio, it was so different. And to me, music has to be continuously evolving, you know. So I want to try to refresh the music instead of make the music that's already been done. Ah, there's another one of those songs. And when you hear Gucci for the first time, you're like, what? Like the little xylophone and stuff and the marimbas, it's like crazy.
Seeing everyone. I'm a big fan of Miguel. I love the song Adorn, so I hope he wins something for that.
And look it up, if you will, right there, you know. If you will. Hey, Con, on your right. On your right.
I think the focus is to do what you're great at and make sure your fans are always satisfied. Because if you get that part, the Grammys are all going to come. It's automatic. But if you make music for the Grammys, you're never going to receive one.
Well, look at them all dressed up for the pre-Grammy Gala, which happened on the 9th of Feb. Of course, I'm sure you saw a lot of singers and also a few actors there which you would have recognized on the screen. Of course, I'm sure most of them were nervous to see, who would have actually won the awards on the following day, because this happened on the 9th and the Grammys happened on the 10th. So anyway, I'm going to take you to another sad story though, which took place in India earlier this week, where 10 Sri Lankan tourists suffered injuries when the bus in which they were travelling overturned due to snapping off its axle near Firozabad in India's northern state of Uttar Pradesh, and this happened on Sunday. Well, the injured have been admitted to a nearby hospital where the accident happened, but none of them are critical. But the Sri Lankan tourists were going to Varanasi, if I got that right, and apparently the bus turned upside down after its axle broke at Muralidhar village, and the accident happened near a police station. So the police personnel actually got together and rushed them to the hospital, and as I said, nobody is critically injured. However, they said that the ill-fated vehicle was badly damaged, and we've got a little clip on that. Just check this out.
At least 10 Sri Lankan tourists suffered injuries when the bus in which they were travelling overturned due to snapping off its axle near Firozabad in India's northern state of Uttar Pradesh on Sunday. The injured have been admitted to a nearby hospital and none of them is critical. The Sri Lankan tourists were going to Varanasi. The bus turned upside down after its axle broke at Muralidhar village under my police station and 10 people were injured. Along with my police personnel, immediately took them to Safai Hospital. Nobody is critically injured, said Inspector of Police Jitendra Yadav. The ill-fated vehicle was badly damaged.
Oh well, what a calamity. Well, we should be thankful that nobody was critically injured, and I'm sure all the people who got affected by the accident will turn out to be okay soon. But right now I'm going to take you on to a different topic, which is the biggest carnival of the world. It is considered the biggest carnival of the world, and yes, I am talking about the Rio Carnival, the carnival in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Yes, and the initiation of this carnival actually dates back to 1723. Now here's the thing, this festival is usually held every year before Lent, and this year it's running from 9th. It actually ran rather from 9th to the 12th of February, and apparently 2 million people per day on the streets for this carnival. And of course the parade is filled with revelers, floats and adornments from numerous samba schools. Now a samba school is supposed to be composed of a collaboration of local neighbors that want to attend the carnival, and together with some kind of regional or geographical common background. And one of the many main purposes of the Rio Carnival parade is for samba schools to compete, and this competition is the climax of the whole carnival festival in the city. Now the samba schools work to build the best floats, costumes, lyrics, aesthetics to represent their themes in carnival terminology, if I'm to say, called enrado in Brazil, and to include the best music they can. But sad story, however, that the carnival spectacular was marred on Monday by a shootout between police and a drug gang, and of course it left one person dead and 4 wounded in a favela near the righteous celebrations at the Sambadrome. But however, we do have a little bit about the carnival and what took place, so just have a look at this.
Thousands of costumed revelers filled the streets of Rio de Janeiro on Sunday morning for another carnival block party. On day 3 of festivities, the Boyata block party kicked off the celebrations with an 8 a.m. start. The Boyata Carnival Street Party is a favorite of Rio de Janeiro's residents for its smaller crowds and family-friendly atmosphere. It was founded in 1996 and it's renowned for its more traditional music. Pedro Silva, 27, said Boyata sticks out among the hundreds of carnival block parties in Rio de Janeiro because it manages to stay away from the commercial explicit music. You can actually listen to the music here. The other block parties are too commercial and trendy. Boyata is old school and it's really good. Boyata is the best black party. Later on Sunday night, thousands will fill the stands in the iconic Sambadrome to watch some of the biggest samba schools in the Rio de Janeiro parade. The Rio Carnival's last day will be on Tuesday, the 12th of February.
And just that's a little bit about what is happening in which actually took place in Rio de Janeiro from the 9th to the 12th, where of course, as I said earlier, it is considered, the Rio Carnival is considered the biggest carnival in the world, with 2 million people attending on the streets on each day. And yeah, that's a little bit of the carnival, and I think we need to go in for a short break, and when we come back we have other interesting topics to discuss, so don't go away. Stay right here on Good Morning Sri Lanka, here on MTV Sports.